Welcome to Unlock the World, your ultimate travel guide, where every trip transforms into an adventure. Hello everyone, thanks for clicking on this video. Today we're talking about the Great White North, the land of maple syrup and politeness. Canada, baby. And before you ask, no, I'm not doing this under duress. Canada, don't tell anyone. Canada's got it all. Mountains that'll make you want to yodel, cities that never sleep except maybe for a nap after all that poutine. And more moose than you can shake a hockey stick at. Seriously, they're everywhere. It's adorable and slightly terrifying. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive into the top 5 cities in Canada that'll make you want to trade in your passport for a permanent resident card. You've been warned. First up, we've got Toronto, the Big Smoke, the Six Eyes, or whatever you want to call it. This city's got swagger. And nothing says swagger like the CN Tower. Seriously, this thing is iconic. You can see it from space, or at least from that really tall building downtown. I don't know, I've never been to space yet. But Toronto's not just about skyscrapers and showing off, it's also got a heart of gold. And by that I mean delicious food from around the world. We're talking Little Italy, Greek town, Chinatown, you name it. Toronto's got it. It's like a buffet of cultures, and I, for one, am starving. And if you're into shopping, boy, are you in for a treat? Toronto's got everything from high-end boutiques to vintage shops to those weird little stores that sell nothing but hats. Seriously, who needs that many hats? So yeah, Toronto's got it all. Food, fashion, and a giant pointy thing that pierces the heavens. What more could you ask for? Next up, we're heading west to Vancouver, the city that's so beautiful, it's almost unfair. Imagine this, you wake up, grab a cup of coffee and step outside to see majestic mountains reflected in the sparkling ocean. And then you realize everyone around you looks like they just stepped out of a magazine. It's a lot to process, I know, but Vancouver's not just a pretty face, it's also an outdoor enthusiast's paradise. Hiking, biking, skiing, snowboarding, you name it. Vancouver's got it, and a really attractive park ranger to guide you. And after a long day of exploring the great outdoors, you can treat yourself to some of the freshest seafood you'll ever taste. Seriously, they catch the fish right off the coast and serve it to you on a plate. It's that good. So if you're looking for a city that's got it all, stunning scenery, endless outdoor activities, and enough eye candy to give you a toothache, Vancouver's the place to be. Chapter 3, Montreal, Bonjour, History and Baguettes. Alright, mes amis, let's jet over to Montreal, the city that's like the love child of Paris and New York City. It's got that European charm, cobblestone streets, historic buildings, people speaking French, but with a North American twist. It's like a croissant with maple syrup. Don't knock it till you try it. Montreal is a city best explored on foot, getting lost in its charming neighborhoods, stumbling upon hidden cafes, and maybe even practicing your French. Don't worry, they're used to tourists butchering their language. Just throw in a bonjour and a merci and you're golden. Speaking of golden, have I mentioned the food yet? Montreal is a foodie's paradise, especially if you're a fan of French cuisine. From buttery croissants to hearty poutine to those fancy little macarons that cost a fortune but are totally worth it, your taste buds will be singing La Vie en Rose. So pack your beret, brush up on your French, and get ready to fall in love with Montreal. Just be careful not to get too attached to the accent. You might find yourself speaking with a French-Canadian twang when you get back home. Chapter 4, Banff National Park, nature's jaw-dropping masterpiece. Near Calgary, sort of. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Ryan, you beautiful, hilarious genius. Banff National Park isn't a city, and to that I say, you're right, you discerning viewer, you. But listen, Banff is so breathtaking, so awe-inspiring, so gosh darn gorgeous that I had to include it. Plus it's a hop, skip and a jump from Calgary, which is technically a city. So there, imagine this. Towering mountains, turquoise lakes that look like they were photoshopped, and more trees than you can shake a stick at. Not that you should be shaking sticks at trees, that's just rude. Banff is like Mother Nature decided to show off and create the most beautiful place on earth. And the best part, you can actually experience all this natural splendor. Go hiking, go kayaking, go camping, go have a staring contest with a mountain goat. And here they have excellent poker faces. Just whatever you do, don't feed the wildlife unless it's a squirrel. Squirrels are cool, so if you're looking for a nature escape that'll leave you speechless and maybe a little bit teary-eyed at its beauty, Banff National Park is calling your name. Chapter 5. Ottawa, where history meets hipsters and Parliament Hill doesn't judge your fashion choices. Last but not least, we've got Ottawa, Canada's capital city. Now I know what you're thinking. Capital cities are boring. They're all government buildings and museums. And to that I say, you clearly haven't been to Ottawa, my friend. Sure, Ottawa's got Parliament Hill, which is pretty darn impressive with its Gothic architecture and that giant peace tower that looks like it belongs in a fairy tale. But Ottawa's also got a cool hipster vibe with trendy neighborhoods, craft breweries and enough coffee shops to fuel an army of insomniacs. And if you're into history, well, you're in luck. Ottawa's got museums for days, covering everything from Canadian history to war to nature to, well, you get the idea. You could spend weeks in Ottawa and still not see everything, so whether you're a history buff, a coffee addict, or just looking for a charming city to explore, Ottawa's got something for everyone. Outro, see you in Canada, so there you have it, folks. 5 Canadian cities that'll make you want to pack your bags and book a flight fast. From the bustling streets of Toronto to the natural splendor of Banff, Canada's a country that's got something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, embrace your inner Canadian, put on a plaid shirt, grab some poutine, and get ready to experience the Great White North in all its glory. And hey, if you see a really good-looking guy in a red suit, tell him Ryan says hi, or don't. He might try to borrow money.